Hey, shalom, shalom. Anak na waha bar inshallah walakim latham. Call Shabawai Baharacha Wakak Shaw. Yahweh Bashmi Awashah. Hey, with the Hebrew Israelites coming to you week in and week out through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashmi Awashah to preach to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, and Israelite foreigners. The Chum Atham, Kaya Hamalakwath, Hashemayim, Korah, repent ye, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Call Laim La, Yahweh Bashmi Awashah, Bashmi Chahakodash. Wamashana, Kabadim the Queen Nawa, Wamalakam Show Yeshala, the Queen Hagada Wall, Wachsa, Washalam, Wabarakim, Lahabachaya Shakawashal Shalom. I saw all praise to the Most High Yahweh, which means He exists. Bashem, in the name Yahweh Shah delivers. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Israel, the elders and apostles of Red Millstone, and mercy, peace, and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel, Shalom, which means peace. So this is Methodaya, also Matthew chapter 7 and verse 13, just going into the straight gate. It says, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. All right, so the straight gate is Hamashiach Yahushua. He said that he's that door, so he is the straight gate, following Hamashiach, his followers are going to go through straits, because in order to make it to the kingdom, you see the elect has to be purified, all right, has to be tried. This word straight goes back to, it says narrow, straight. It says from obstacles standing close about, all right, different obstacles. All right, it's going to strengthen the elect. All right, let's go back to the 14th verse. It says life. It says the state of one who is possessed of vitality or is animate, every living soul. So just referring to the kingdom. It's going into the kingdom. The narrow way is what leads to the kingdom, all right, and the elect is going to be that few that find it, all right. But this goes to that saying in the world, roughly, how it says the road less traveled by, and actually, it does go into that saying, the road less traveled by, because most people are going to take that broad way. That's why it says the broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat, all right, because 2/3 in these heathens are going to take that path to destruction. All right, and the elect is going to take the road less traveled by. All right, let's keep going. This is Mashayim, also Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 5. It says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. All right, because if one leans on their own understanding, they will get caught up into the different obstacles that are in the straight gate. You see, because when you go into the word straight, it means a level of difficulty. All right, so just going into those different straits, we got to trust on the Lord. All right, this is Luke. And more so, I'm going to get that Luke after this, but this is, let's see, I think it's 2nd Ezra chapter 7. Yeah, this is 2nd Ezra, also Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 6. I start from the top. It says, and when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me the angel which had been sent unto me the night afore. And he said unto me, up, Isaiah, and hear the words that I come to tell thee. And I said, speak on, my power. Then said he unto me, the sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. But the entrance were narrow and like a river. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? All right, and that narrow going into the straight gate. All right, and the broad going into the kingdom. It says, there also is another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and it's full of good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall. All right, those different obstacles, the straits, the different distresses, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water, and one only path between them both. All right, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. If the city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? All right. I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Yasha'Allah's portion. All right, so the elect is going to go through those through that narrow. All right, I'm actually go down a little bit, but the elect is going to go through that narrow straight path. All right, to get to the kingdom. All right, and it says only one man could pass through at a time. All right, which we have the brotherhood, to help us, through the spirit. All right, but every man has to work out their own salvation. You see, let's keep going. Though it says, because for their sakes I made the world, for Yasha'Allah, and when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done. Then were entrances of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail. It's a lot. It says they are but few and evil, full of perils and very painful. All right, but yeah, that was pretty much it. Down to verse 10, going into the straight gate. All right, the elect is going to go through that straight gate. They're going to go through that road less traveled by. They're going to go through the path that isn't easy, unlike 2/3. 2/3 are going to take that easy route. All right. Ultimately, going to Luke. This is Luke 13:24. It says, strive to enter in at the straight gate. For many, I say unto you, will seek to enter in and shall not be able. All right, so it's many that's searching for the truth and a way to the kingdom. All right, but only the elect is going to find that way and continue into that straight path. All right, let's get a quick precept. This is Romans chapter 11 and verse 7. It says, what then? Yasha'Allah hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, because all of Israel searching. All right, it says, that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest are blinded. All right, so the election is going to obtain what they're looking for, which is that straight gate and the kingdom. You see, but 2/3, again, they're looking for the truth and they're looking for a way to the kingdom. You see, but only the elect is allotted to make it on this side. All right, and the elect is going to go through that straight gate. All right, and then we're going to Bon Sirach 37. Chapter 37 and verse 27. It says, my son, prove thy soul and thy life, and see what is good, what is evil for it, and give not that unto it. All right, so the straight gate is about learning what works for you. Part of the straight gate is about learning what works for you and what doesn't. You see, because the different obstacles that set up in front of us, the different obstacles that set up in front of the elect. You see, they're gonna learn from those different things what works for them and what doesn't. You see, I'm gonna read it again. It says, my son, prove thy soul and thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it. All right, so that comes with learning from those different obstacles. All right, and proving yourself. You prove yourself through trial. All right, and that trial is seeing what works for you on the walk and what doesn't. What's going to be advantageous for this walk, for this the straight gate. You see, to the kingdom. All right, I got a few more. It's a lot. This is 2nd Ezra 1 and verse 2nd Ezra 1 and no, I didn't want to get that. We'll go to 1 Peter Peter chapter 4, verse 12, it says, Beloved, thinking not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, going into the strait gate, as though something strange thing happened unto you, all right, because you go into Bon Sirach chapter 2, which we'll get, Lord's will. It talks about how the elect is going to be tried. So it's not something that's strange, all right? It's for a reason. It says, but rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Hamashiach's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy, all right, because the elect is going to be the joint heirs. It says, if ye be reproached for the name of Hamashiach, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of the Most High resteth upon you. On their part, he is evil spoken of, but on your part, he is glorified. All right, and on the Lord's part, the elect is going to be glorified because they're proclaiming his name. All right, and imparting his excellency and preaching it and suffering, going through those sufferings. All right, so that's the Lord being glorified. You see. Get a couple more. This is Bon Sirach chapter 2 verse 5. It says, starting from verse 1, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. All right, temptation goes into the strait gate, that the trial period. All right, set thy heart aright, all right, by staying rooted in the scriptures, praying, fasting, repenting, a continual process, and constantly endure. All right, and with that endurance is going to come long suffering, which is that patience. And make not haste in time of trouble. All right, going back to Proverbs chapter 3 and 5, lean on the Lord. Don't lean on your flesh, because that's what the flesh want to be hasty. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take thee cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire. All right, when you change to that low estate, the word patient goes into long suffering. So go through it, and trust on the Lord. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. All right, so the acceptable men, being the elect, are going to be tried, and the adversity goes into straits. Because when you put a metal through the fire, you seeing what it's made of. So the elect is being proven in the straits and the temptations. You see, so Abaratazada was edifying. Let's see, that's all I had. But yeah, Lord's word was edifying. Call Halayim La Yahweh Bashmi Awashah Basham Chahakodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles, great millstone that told me this truth and rule well. And much respect to you brothers out there pushing this truth with all righteousness and sincerity. Shalom, shalom, Layla Tawal, shalom.